You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Here are my top 10 picks this month for the subjects that caught my eye, in the hope that I can share something with you that you may have missed. Some unexpected kits here, especially some of the top ones. So without further delay, let's get a start. This one caught my eye simply because I'm intrigued by the manufacturer, and that is Model Factory Hiro. They are a Japanese manufacturer specialising in ultra-high detail multimedia kits, mainly focused on Formula One and racing subjects, as I understand it. Their kits combine resin, metal and photo etch to deliver incredible realism, often with a full engine detail. It's a standout subject, not just visually, but historically as well. The Eduard 48 scale FA-18 Hornet Legacy is a limited edition boxing celebrating the legacy of this classic McDonnell Douglas fighter. Now, rather than new tooling, Eduard has taken the highly regarded base kit from the Kinetic kit and packaged it up with all those premium goodies and extras that they tend to do. Multiple marking options, extensive decals, masks, photo etch, you get the picture. The Legacy angle is all about honouring the Hornet's long service life and paying homage to some of the interesting livery and schemes that this plane saw. So this release is less about a new kit and more about a collector-focused tribute to one of the most iconic modern fighter jets ever built. Tigerhead Models specialise in decals and limited releases focused on the Turkish Air Force subjects, taking a familiar aircraft and giving them a completely different look. Their P-40 and Spitfire sets highlight aircraft operated by Turkey during and after World War II, often in clean, understated schemes with distinctive markings. The Spitfire in particular saw extensive post-war service, with large numbers of the Mark 9s forming the backbone of the Turkish fighter force. This is Eduard plastic and marketed as limited edition, maybe limited to just how many they can sell. For modelers though, it's a really unique angle on these iconic aircraft, offering markings you almost never see on the display table otherwise. I've heard pretty good things about Dora Wings, although not built anything from them, which is why their Republic P-47D1 Thunderbolt caught my eye. Being an Arma modeler, I am naturally drawn to the stories of the Thunderbolt and its legendary resilience. The D1 Razorback captures the plane right at the start of its evolution. The Dora Wings 48 scale kit focuses specifically on this early configuration, offering a more niche and historically interesting take compared to the more common late war variants. It's not going to be a shake and bake build, but the payoff is a unique version of the Thunderbolt that really stands out on the shelf. From what I have read, this is a limited edition kit also that was released during the recent Moson show, so you might have to have a bit of a look around if you're going to try and snag this one for yourself. I've still got a bit of a buzz on from the Arma Hobby Sea Hurricane that I've recently built, which is why I like the look of their new F4, F3 Wildcat. Arma have a vast range of Wildcats in their hangar, and the F4, F3 rounds out that collection. The F4, F3 was the first major production variant and had fixed wings, whereas the F4, F4 had the folding wing option. This variant of the Wildcat has 4 guns, whereas the F4, F4 had 6 guns. In 72nd scale, this is going to be a very small kit given how small the actual plane was. But after the experience I had with their 48 scale Hurricane line, I am fast turning into a bit of an Arma Hobby fanboy, and I'm keen to sink my teeth into their line of smaller scale subjects. Now, not a kit, but a tool this time, and that is the new all-in-one mini compressor and airbrush setup from Gaahleri. The Turbo X Mini from Gaahleri, as I just said. I'm calling this one out because it gives those of you looking to give airbrushing a try a chance to dip their toe without spending loads of money to try and climb that learning curve. The unit you see is the actual compressor, and it comes with 3 preset pressures. and a lot of other features, and it also comes with their GAD39 airbrush to use with it. I tested this one out on the recent pre-shade video I made, so if you want to see what it's capable of, check it out and I'll leave a link down below. This will open the door for a lot of weekend modelers looking to level up their painting game. The Lockheed Hudson MkIII is one of the most important early war Allied aircraft. It was originally a converted airliner that became a coastal patrol bomber and a reconnaissance workhorse. The Mark III variant introduced upgraded engines and additional defensive armament, including ventral and beam guns, making it a more capable combat aircraft for that anti-submarine and patrol duty roles. ICM's new tool 48 scale kit is a big deal because the Hudson has been seriously underrepresented in this scale, and they're now bringing it to life with modern detail and engineering. From a modelling perspective, it's a fantastic subject. It's a twin engine layout, it's greenhouse canopy and loads of scope for coastal command weathering and operational wear. From what I understand, 3D Wild is a relatively new US company pushing into the hobby with highly detailed kits produced using advanced 3D printing. The kit that caught my eye this month is the small unit Riverine Craft. It's a modern US patrol boat designed for river warfare in places like Iraq, and it's built for speed in shallow water and for rapid troop development. Operated by units like the United States Navy Riverine squadrons, these boats carry infantry while delivering serious firepower in tight, high-risk waterways. Compact but heavily armed, they're designed to insert troops, conduct patrols and dominate inland river systems. This is 3D Wild's first 35th scale kit, and the release comes as a full package. You get the boat, you get the trailer and 8 figures. It really makes this an exciting standout release of an interesting modern subject with huge diorama potential. Keep an eye out for that one.
You're on board my vessel, mate, master, pilot, and I'm captain.
They say when you're buying a Ferrari, not that I ever have, but if you have to ask the price, then you can't afford it. At least that's what I hear, and this is very much a similar case, but man, this one is so cool. The replica of the ORCA hits the market to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Jaws, or 51st at least, as it was released in 1975. This is a 16th scale kit and comes in 630 parts. It's 808 millimeters long and 724 millimeters high. It has sound chips, speakers, lighting, motorized parts, as well as opening doors and windows and a detailed interior. From what I can tell, you can buy this in a one-off payment or sign up for a subscription where they send you pieces at designated intervals. Either way, this is for the serious fans of Jaws or for the collectors only, but it was just too cool to ignore it in this list. It would have been first, honestly, but if not for the subscription model and ultimately the price they're charging for it. Now, I saw this on Arma and was very excited. Coming in at number 1 is the ATC Tango in 35th scale by B&L Models. The ATC Tango was an armoured troop carrier used by US forces in the Mekong Delta during the Vietnam War, developed from a modified landing craft to transport infantry directly into combat zones. Operating as part of the mobile Riverine force, there they are again, this heavily armoured boat carried troops, provided fire support and played a key role in controlling inland waterways. B&L are a manufacturer out of Vietnam and are producing subjects based around the conflict that country saw. I just found out they recently released the Brownwater Navy boat Monitor, a gunboat, so I guess this troop carrier version was a logical step for them. The kit comes with 5 figures and I can't help but dream of getting my hands on this and perching a Huey up on the back of it. This was the kit I wanted when I was a teenager, and to see it here and now and a reality is completely unbelievable. and that's why it comes in at number 1 for me. So there you have it. What did you like? What did I miss? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. In upcoming news, I'll be one of the educators along with the great Calvin Tan and Lucas Kasuba at a dedicated modelling retreat in Canberra in Australia here. So if you are interested in joining in, I'll leave a link down below. I know tickets are selling very fast though, so be quick for that one. A couple of models coming up where I try a couple of different things, one of which I don't believe has ever been done before. So make sure you're subscribed and don't miss out on that. In saying that, my Patreons know what I've been up to, and I'm sharing some of their works on the screen with you now. I always appreciate their encouragement and their support, and if you're looking to connect and fast track your modeling, there is no better place to start than join in with us over on that site. And thank you so much as always for having me on your screens here, guys. I truly appreciate it. And remember, this is the greatest hobby in the world. Share it with your family and share it with your friends, and let's be proud of what we do. Until next time, I'll see you soon.
You better start saving up your money, Dad.